What's up? We got a water skill drain deck for y'all, and it's really cool. It's I'd say not competitive, but can win because you're running really good traps, and that carries you through. I am going to make a version of this deck that should be better. It's going to be like a zombie skill drain deck, so that should iron out some of the kinks in this one, but I do really like this deck. It can do some really cool fun stuff, so let's get into it. We've got 2 Mother Grizzly. Obviously we're running skill drain. This gets under skill drain. It is 1400 attack, 1000 defense, and when it's destroyed by battle you can spec a water monster with 1500 or less attack, so it can get another version of itself, or it can get this card, which is Busted and Sinister Serpent. Obviously when this is in the grave you get to add it back during your standby phase. Works with some cards in here that you will see, and is just generally a good resource, good defensive monster. Really cool. You've got Yomi Ship. This is a nice little toolboxy card. When this card is sent to the graveyard as a result of the battle, destroy the monster that destroyed this monster. So you can set this, you can use your Mother Grizzly to turbo into it, this, get the other Mother Grizzly out your deck if you don't care about your life points, and then get a nice 1-for-1. Really cool, and I love the artwork on this card. It's like little paper horses, I think, or Anubis guys, I don't know. It's really cool. And then you've got this card, Revival Jam. Bit of a meme, but also not too bad. It's 1500 attack, so you can get it with Mother Grizzly, and when it's destroyed by battle you can pay 1000 and then you bring it back. There's a lot of life point loss in this deck, so you kind of have to play super duper aggressive with this deck, which isn't too bad because we do have some big swing cards. Really cool card, obviously works under skill drain, and the reason we play it is because of this guy. So if you've got this guy in your hand and your opponent attacks a Mother Grizzly and you've not got another Mother Grizzly and they've got another monster, you can get this, let it die, bring it back, tribute for Mobius, and if they've got back row then it's pretty strong. He's 2-4 attack. Obviously when he's tribute summoned you get a pop 2 spell traps, I think, yeah, on the field, but I don't know why you'd ever pop your own. Maybe some weird situation. But you've got Abyss Soldier. This is probably the best card in the deck. Its effect is bonkers. You can discard a water, so obviously you've got your Sinister Serpent to discard for him, as well as all the other waters that we run, and you get to bounce a card on the field. Really good for going for game, really good just as an 1800 water beat stick, and yeah, really cool. Should be at 3 in this format, but never mind. So to him, you've got Tribe, Infect and Virus. Obviously not very good under skill drain, but still got 1600 attack, so that's not too bad. And his effect is so good that you kind of need to run him. I would say you could run Lightning Vortex, but I do like having the extra water for Abyss Soldier and other things, and there's some really cool stuff you can do with this guy. You've got Exiled Force. Gets under skill drain. It is a Sangan target. It is not searchable in this deck, but just a nice little one-of. Deals with face downs, deals with face ups. Very good. You've got Sangan. Obviously not much to say about this. Searches Exiled Force, searches your Sinister Serpent, which is huge, your Yomi Ship, your Revival Jam, which you're never really going to go for, but there might be an instance where you do, and your Mother Grizzly, which you will go for quite a bit. So yeah, very good. You've got so this is where things go a bit crazy. So you've got Aqua Spirit, which isn't too crazy to be fair, because it's just an extra summon on your turn by banishing a water monster from your graveyard, and it's 1600 attack, so not too bad under skill drain. And if skill drain's not up, you get a nice effect of being able to switch one of your opponent's attack position monsters to defense position during your opponent's standby phase, and then it cannot change its battle position, so for that turn. So nice little lockdown effect. And then you've got Lacunga, fucking awesome card. Well, not an awesome card, but a really fun card and surprisingly decent. So you've got 1700 attack, which is really, really nice because of skill drain. You can remove 2 water monsters from your graveyard to special summon 1 Lacunga token. That's not once per turn. So if you summon this on a completely open board and you've got a bunch of waters in grave, you're doing like 4k damage or some shit. So if you've got 4 tokens, they're 700 attack each. That is 28 plus 1/7. So that is some big damage, and it does work with some cards that we'll get to in a bit, including this card. So Bazoo the Soul Eater, just a nice big beat stick, and works with, is it the next card? It is the next card, Return from the Different Dimension. So this is why we run all the Banishy shit. This is our big swing win condition. We run 2 of these. 3's too many, 1's not enough. One's all right, but then you would probably cut down on like a Bazoo and stuff like that. But yeah, you can generally fill up your graveyard with like Sangans, Exiled Forces. Obviously Mother Grizzly really helps with that. If you're pitching like your Mobius or your Revival Jam with your Abyss Soldier to bounce like 8,000 eyes, something like that, you're going to be filling up the graveyard pretty fast. And this guy is just generally good for decks that do that. Can beat over Chaos Sorcerer. I didn't say what this effect is. So you can remove from play up to 3 cards from your graveyard, and then this card gains 300 attack for each card removed until the end of your opponent's next turn, which is really important, because if you're playing against warriors, they would usually just summon a big guy and beat over this, but they can't because he remains big. And so he can banish like your tribe, as well as like Lacunga, and Aqua Spirit can also banish tribe to get that back. With return, you can bring back like a Mobius with return if you're just going for a big swing for game. You can bring back Exiled Force, which is really nice. You can bring back Mother Grizzly if you want to crash this into something. Get like a Revival Jam if you're going for the long game, or Yomi Ship if you just want to deal with a problem, or Sinister Serpent if you want to just maintain that advantage. So really cool plays you can make with Bazoo and the Banish Water guys and return. I really like this. So next up, you got Skill Drain. Obviously, huge card. We only run 2. We side the 3rd because warriors don't really care too much about this. It's great against Mystic Swordsman level 2, so if you set Mother Grizzly and then set Skill Drain and they summon Mystic Swordsman level 2, that is really, really nice. But outside of that, warriors don't really care too much for this, so I only play the 2. You've got Trap Dust Shoot. Again, 2 of these I think is nice because this isn't great against like Goat Control, because they don't run that big a monster count and they only run the 1 boss monster in BLS. This is in here because Chaos is so prevalent, and this really helps shut them down. So very, very nice there. You've got Triple Jar of Greed, just generally a staple at this point. It's phenomenal, baits out your opponent's back row removal cards, which is especially important in this deck because we're running Skill Drain and high impact traps like Return from Different Dimensions, so this is a must. You've got Dust Tornado, similar kind of thing. You set this as a bluff when your opponent's got back row, baits out Spawn Trap removal, and then even get a tasty +1 out of it, which I suppose Jar of Greed does as well, but this just does in a different way. We want to win, so we're playing Triple Solemn Judgment. This is kind of a must in Goat format, I'd say. Well, nothing's a must in Goat format, but near enough at this point. So Triple Solemn Judgment, you pay a lot of life in this deck, which sucks, but the good thing about Solemn is you can always afford to pay this card, as long as you've got like a life point, and even then, I'm sure, actually I think it rounds up, so it's free if you've got 1 life point. Then we've got the 4th Solemn, which is 7 Tools of the Bandit. I really like this card. It stops Dust Tornado from killing your skill drain if skill drain is oppressing your opponent. And it stops Solemn for only 1000 life points, so very nice. As I say, a lot of life gain. Be aggressive if you run this deck. You've got Mirror Force, standard, Ring, standard, Torrential, standard, and then the spells are all standard. You've got Double Knock, you've got MST and Heavy Storm, backward removal, very nice. Snatch Steel. You could potentially cut this card, but I like it for banishing Chaos monsters if you don't have skill drain, as well as tribute summoning for Mobius, so there is dual application. And then you've got Z standard spells, Link with Duo. I want this deck to be as competitive as possible, so I ran Duo because this can just outright win you games, especially if you draw it in combination with these cards. So yeah, that's the deck. No Call of the Haunted or Prem because we want to banish the stuff out of the graveyard and then bring it back. Why play Monster Reborn when you can play Soul Charge with Return? So yeah, that's the deck. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit, and stay tuned for the next one. Sorry I haven't been uploading lots of videos. I got a jab, so that's going to be harder to do, but they will be coming, so stay tuned. Take care.